Hey, this is Arjun, and I'm CEO of Doula.com. Doula is a business in a box, and we are a VC-backed startup that has successfully raised over $13 million from the likes of Y Combinator, HubSpot Ventures, Nexus Venture Partners, Cody Sanchez, Graham Stephan, Sahil Bloom, just to name a few. And along the way, we've helped over 10,000 entrepreneurs not just start, but run and grow their dream business. Now, I promise by the end of this video, you are going to know how to register a business in the US. This is the ultimate step-by-step guide. And here's how we'll go through things. First, I'll walk through how to choose a business structure. Then I'll go through how to pick a name for your business. I'll walk through how to apply for an EIN, apply for business licenses, register with state agencies, how to open a business bank account. I'll then help you understand your compliance requirements. I'll help you understand your tax obligations, and I'll walk through how Doula can actually help with all of the above. Without further ado, let's dive in, or as we like to say, let's do it. Starting a business involves strategic planning, detailed work, and a lot of preparation. Registering your business or incorporating it is a crucial part in the process. According to the Small Business Administration, there are over 30 million small businesses and over 20,000 large businesses operating in the US. And every single year, the number of new business registrations is growing. So if you're starting a new business, incorporating and registering can absolutely seem overwhelming. But the goal here is this is going to be steps, requirements, and considerations for actually getting this business set up in the US. Choosing a business structure. Choosing the right business structure is the first step in registering a business in the US. Now, the structure you choose will have a big impact on your business's legal liability, tax obligations, and management structure. And there are several types of business structures to choose from, each having their own advantages and disadvantages. Let me walk through the most common types of structures. Sole proprietorship. A sole proprietorship is the simplest business structure because it is owned and managed by a single person. This owner is then personally responsible for all the business debts and liabilities, and the owner would then report business profits on their personal tax return. Partnership. A partnership is owned by two or more people who then share the losses and profits, and each person is actually responsible personally for the partnership's debts and liabilities. Also, each partner reports profits and losses on their personal tax return. Corporation. A corporation, an S Corp or a C Corp, it's a legal entity that's owned by shareholders, and it's responsible for the debts and liabilities, and profits are taxed separately from the owner's personal income. Corporations also offer limited liability protection to their owners. Limited liability company, or an LLC. An LLC is a hybrid of a corporation and a partnership, and it offers the same limited liability protection as a corporation, but it has more flexibility in management and tax structure. Owners report profits and losses on their personal tax returns. Sometimes the best structure can be pretty clear and obvious, but in other cases, it's not as clear. So at this point, I would definitely make sure you chat with advisors, your co-founders, or even counsel to get their input. And once you have chosen the right structure, you can move on to the next step, which is choosing a business name. The business name you choose has a pretty big impact because it impacts your brand identity, and it's the first impression with customers and competitors. Therefore, you should pick a name that accurately reflects your business, and of course, you want it to be easy to remember. Let me give you some tips on how to get started with picking a name. First, I recommend brainstorming a list of potential names that align with your mission and values, and try using words that evoke positive feelings or that are relevant within your industry or space. You should then verify and check if those names are available and don't conflict with existing trademarks. I would recommend using the USPTO, that's the US Patent and Trademarks Office search tool, to check for those trademarks to make sure that they do or don't conflict with your name. This is also a very good time to check if the relevant social media handles and website domain names associated with your desired business are available. You should not underestimate the importance of claiming your digital footprint up front. Oftentimes, especially in this day and age, that can be the deciding factor between two otherwise strong options for names. You also might want to protect your business name by trademarking it. Trademarking your business name actually gives you the exclusive rights to use it and prevent others from using a similar name. It also protects your brand identity and helps you stand out in a competitive market. Apply for an EIN. After choosing this business structure and your name, next up, you're going to have to actually register your business and apply for an EIN number. An EIN is a unique 9-digit number assigned by the IRS. An EIN is often required for tax and banking purposes, but it can also help protect your personal assets from business debts and liabilities. Now, the good news is, if you have a US social, you can actually apply for an EIN online directly through the IRS's website. And you'll need to provide some basic info such as your business's legal name, the address, and the business structure. You'll also need to provide info on the responsible party, or the individual responsible for the business's tax matters. Once you get this EIN, definitely keep it safe because you'll need it when opening a bank account or when filing tax returns. Apply for business licenses. Depending on your industry and location, you actually may need to obtain various permits and licenses in order to legally operate your business. The process of identifying and applying for business licenses might look slightly different based on your location, but it's actually pretty similar throughout the states. First, you have to identify necessary licenses. Before applying for licenses, research and identify which ones are required for your business based on your industry and location. Common examples include professional licenses, industry-specific licenses, and business activity permits. 2. Check the issuing agency. After identifying the required licenses, check with the issuing agency to confirm the specific requirements and process for applying. Now, this can vary by state or even by county or city. Step 3. Gather the necessary documentation. Depending on the license, you actually may need to provide various types of documentation, such as proof of insurance, zoning approval, or educational credentials. Step 4. Complete the application. Once you have gathered all the necessary documentation, you can then complete the license application. This can often be done online or by mail, depending on the issuing agency. Step 5. Pay the application fee. Most licenses require payment of a fee. The amount may vary depending on the type of license and issuing agency. Step 6. Wait for approval. After submitting your application and fee, you will need to wait for the license to be approved. This may take several weeks, so it's important to plan accordingly. Step 7. Display your license. Once you have received your license, you may have to display it prominently at your business location if doing so is required by law. We've actually created detailed context on how to navigate business licenses, and you can check that dedicated piece of content out to help you through this process. Register with state agencies. After you've chosen a business structure, you've named your business, you've registered your entity and got an EIN, the next step is to register with state agencies. Now, the requirements here also may vary depending on the type of business you operate and the state you're in. But at a minimum, you're going to likely need to file paperwork with the state government and pay necessary fees. This is what registering your business with state agencies typically entails. Registering your business entity. Register your business entity with the state. This will involve filing paperwork such as the Articles of Incorporation, Articles of Organization, or Partnership Agreements, and this depends on your business structure. File for taxes. Depending on your business structure and where your business operates, you may need to register for federal, state, or local taxes. This may include income tax, sales tax, and payroll tax. Obtain any necessary insurance. Depending on your industry and location, you may need to obtain certain types of insurance, such as liability insurance or workers' compensation insurance. Comply with any state requirements. Depending on your business type and location, there actually may be additional state requirements you need to comply with, such as registering for unemployment insurance or complying with environmental regulations. Opening a business bank account. A business bank account is a separate account that is used exclusively for business transactions. Here is why opening a business bank account is critical. It separates personal and business finances. By opening a business bank account, you can actually keep your personal and business finances separate, and this will actually help you track your business's income and expenses more accurately and simplify tax reporting. It also provides legal protection. Having a separate business bank account can actually help protect your personal assets in the case of legal issues or bankruptcy, and it shows that your business is a separate legal entity from yourself and can therefore help shield your personal finances from business liabilities. It also establishes credibility. Having a business bank account can actually help establish your business's credibility and professionalism. It shows that you were serious about your business and that you are committed to keeping accurate financial records. It makes it easier to accept payments. Even though you might accept customer payments with a merchant account, you'll still need to transfer those funds into a regular business bank account. Businesses that use Doula to accept and process customer payments are actually required to have a business bank account to get paid. Understand your compliance requirements. Compliance requirements comprise of a variety of rules and regulations that businesses must adhere to. Failing to comply with these requirements can actually result in significant financial penalties and legal consequences. Therefore, understanding your compliance requirements is important for several reasons, including avoiding legal issues. By adhering to all applicable requirements and regulations, businesses can actually prevent legal issues from arising. These compliance requirements vary depending on the location, industry, and business structure, and therefore it's necessary to have a comprehensive understanding of the specific rules applicable to your business. Protecting your business reputation. Maintaining compliance also helps businesses safeguard their reputation. Compliance violations can actually negatively impact a business's reputation, making it challenging to attract customers and investors. By following all applicable rules and regulations, businesses can establish themselves as responsible and trustworthy entities, which can enhance their credibility. Staying competitive. Compliance requirements help create a level playing field in any industry. Compliance rules are designed to promote fair competition and protect customers. Adhering to industry requirements and generally accepted norms, even those that aren't officially mandated, helps you remain competitive, and it helps you become perceived as committing to fair and ethical business practices, which everyone should want. Accessing funds and partnerships. Many lenders, investors, and business partners will actually require that businesses meet certain compliance requirements before working with them. Therefore, adhering to compliance requirements not only helps businesses maintain professional integrity and uphold their reputation, but it can also help them access more funding and more partnership opportunities. Understand your tax obligations. Tax obligations are the monetary dues that businesses must pay to the government, including income tax, payroll tax, sales tax, and excise tax. Such obligations have a significant impact on a business's financial stability and future success. Comprehending tax obligations is important for several reasons. First, failure to pay taxes or filing taxes inaccurately can lead to penalties, interest, or legal action. So understanding your tax obligations ensures that your business remains compliant with the tax laws and regulations at play. And this ultimately prevents any penalties or legal consequences, which no one wants. Businesses must also plan and prepare for their tax obligations, as taxes can actually significantly impact your cash flow and financial stability. Accounting for tax obligations in your financial planning is important to ensure that your financial projections are sound and that you have the necessary funds to meet your tax obligations and remain financially stable. Staying up to date on tax obligations can help businesses remain compliant with tax laws and regulations that are subject to change. This can also help businesses establish a reputation for financial responsibility and compliance, creating a foundation for future business opportunities and growth. Meeting your tax obligations can provide access to funding and partnership opportunities. Again, lenders, investors, business partners, really everyone is looking for businesses with a strong tax history and compliance record. To understand your specific tax requirements, I definitely recommend doing research on specific tax laws and regulations that apply to your business, and you should be sure to factor in variations based on every state where you have tax obligation. It's also a good idea to consult with a tax professional or accountant to make sure you're not missing anything. So, how can Doula help? Doula makes it simple to not just start your business, but run it and grow it, so that you're ready to start charging customers, grow out your team, and get paid or fundraise as quickly as possible. You first have to fill out your company details in our sign-up flow. This takes less than 10 minutes. We'll then incorporate your company in any of the 50 US states. We do LLCs and C Corps. We'll then get your EIN for you, whether or not you have a US social. If you'd like, we can help you file your 83B tax selection, and then we'll also assist you in opening a US business bank account, setting up your payment processor, and helping with your ongoing bookkeeping and tax filings. By working with Doula, you also get exclusive discounts to software and services from the top partners. We even have one-click onboarding and free CPA consultation, so you can easily start your business and get the right tools to get started quickly. The Doula application. It actually takes less than 10 minutes to fill out the details of your new company so that you can actually form it in any of the 50 states. First, you'll choose your company structure, C Corp or LLC. You'll choose a company name, and we actually do a complimentary name check to make sure your name isn't taken before it's submitted to the state. Once you provide your address and phone number, we'll then send you a form to sign for getting your SS4, which is your application for EIN. That'll be done digitally. Once we get that signature, we can then apply to get your EIN for you, forming a company. Once you've submitted your application, we're going to go file those documents in the state, and we do that immediately. Our starter plan is $297, and includes your registered agent, includes getting your EIN, includes an operating agreement, and if you have questions, we'll support you. You can also opt for our total compliance plan if you're not doing your bookkeeping and tax filings on your own, getting your IRS tax number or your EIN. Once formation is complete, Doula is actually going to submit that SS4 to get your EIN. Again, if you provided a US Social Security number, we can get that EIN for you online. However, if you do not, we'll have to fax it, and we fax it instead of mailing because it's faster. After we fax, we'll actually call the IRS if we can to expedite the process. If you have any questions about how we get EINs, you can check out our dedicated content on that. But again, we'll help you get your EIN whether or not you have a US social. We can also help you file your 83B tax selection. Many startup founders who are actually working on a C Corp actually like to file this 83B tax selection to potentially save on future taxes. Doula can actually file this 83B tax selection for you for US and non-US founders. Partner perks and discounts. When it comes to setting up your business, there are many tools that you need. So Doula actually partners with companies to get you special access and discounts to the top tax, finance, compliance, operations, and engineering tools, such as Amazon Web Services or HubSpot. We'll even partner with companies like Mercury to provide faster, seamless, automated one-click onboarding using your Doula company information so you can get your bank account set up even faster. Again, we offer discounts and we offer special rates on other tools that we've exclusively negotiated discounts for so that you can access these tools and get access to them faster. Thanks so much for watching. Please comment if you have any additional questions, and we can't wait to work with you soon.